What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports, Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some boxing matches for Saturday, July 17th, 2021. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon. My picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the fights. We're going to be looking at this one here in San Antonio. Charlo versus Castano for some championship belts. And then we're also going to look at Romero versus Dulay for an interim lightweight title. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers, the way it's structured. Location up top here, San Antonio, Texas City State, AT&T State Center, which is the arena. This is for the WB interim lightweight title. I have one fighter right here, his name Gematria, his birthday, to and from, his fight record. In the middle here is the head-to-head Gematria. And another fighter right here, his name, his birthday, to and from, his fight record. So the first fight we're going to look at is Romero versus Dulay for the interim lightweight title. So between these two fighters, Rolando has some interesting numbers, I think. But Austin can still win this fight too. One thing for Austin, he can get his 15th win for his career. Today does have a 65 date numerology on the Gregorian. 15 sums to 65. He's looking for his second win in a row. And Rolando, he's on a 13-win streak, 0 losses. He's looking for his 14th win in a row. Austin, this is his 18th fight, but his fight record shows that it's his 17th. That's because he has one no contest in his fight career. So it's actually his 18th fight, even though his record 14-3 or 15-2 sums to 17. And I think that kind of puts him at a bit of a disadvantage a little bit. Just because the number 18, if you write it out, 18 sums to 143. And that's what his fight record could be, 14-3 with the loss in his 18th fight. The number 18 also sums to 73. And this is Romero versus Dulay, which sums to 73. Romero sums to 73. The reason why they're all highlighted in the cantaloupe color for the Hebrew civil calendar is because on the Hebrew civil it's the 302nd day of the year, and 302 sums to 73. It also sums to 188, just like Romero sums to 73 and 188. Just like Romero versus Dulay sums to 188 and 73. Dulay in his 18th fight, 18 sums to 73 on the 302nd day of the Hebrew civil. 18 sums to 143 as well. He could potentially become 14-3 with the loss. It's the 8th day of the 11th month on the Hebrew civil, the 302nd day, 8/11. 8/11 mathematically, type it in, 8/11 is the 141st prime number, like 141. And Rolando can get his 14th win in a row as Austin ends his one fight win streak, 14-1, 141. And then you can also maybe do something like it's Austin's 18th fight. He could end his one fight win streak, 181, 18-1, 8/11, 8-1-1. 8/11 is just an anagram of 181. And then an 8/11 is the 141st prime number, 14-1. So it kind of looks good for Rolando in that sense. And then Rolando Romero sums to 163. Romero versus Dulay sums to 163. It's 276 days since Rolando's birthday. 276 is the 23rd triangular number. 23 sums to 163. The only thing that gets me is I don't see anything for the 140. So if he wins, he would become 140 or 14-0. I don't really see anything for the 14 other than this 14-1 connection, like the 141. Outside of that, if there was a 43 on the board somewhere, then I would be jumping all over it. Just because 43 is the 14th prime number, but more importantly, 43 sums to 140 and 59. And it's the 277th day of his age, which is the 59th prime number, where he could potentially become 14-0, like 140. And then 43 sums to 140 and 59. 43 is the 14th prime number. He would be getting his 14th win in a row. But the thing is, I don't see a 43 anywhere that allows me to connect that or make that connection. I don't see anywhere on the daily numbers or the game numbers. So there's like a missing 43 that would connect the 277 and the 140 together. But maybe it's just as simple as him getting his 15th win, Austin Dulay. 15 sums to 65, 65 date numerology. 152, let's see what that sums to. 152, 97, 83, 232, 97, 83. No. I know 13-1 is the 32nd prime number, 131. I didn't see any 131s or 32 connections that jumped out at me. Maybe the 302. If you drop the 0, you just have 32. Maybe it becomes 13-1, the 32nd prime. But that's about what I have for right now. It looks kind of good for Rolando Romero from what I'm seeing so far, but I'll continue to look at it and consider some options here. This is being played in or fought in San Antonio, Texas, which sums to 191, the 43rd prime number. So we have these connections to 14 and 43, but there's no actual 43 on the board. There's a 191, the 43rd prime. There's a 14, which 43 is the 14th prime. There's a 277, the 59th prime. There's a 140, which 43 sums to 59 and 140. But there's no actual 43. Austin Dulay can sit on 14 wins, potentially. But let's look at the next fight. Charlo versus Brian Castano for the undisputed super welterweight world championship. This fight taking place in San Antonio, which sums to 58. If Brian Castano loses this fight, he becomes 17-1-1 for a fight record in his career. 17-1-1. 1711 is the 58th triangular number. This being in San Antonio, which sums to 58. But if Brian Castano loses and becomes 17-1-1, I think there's just interesting connections with the made-up Gregorian religious calendar. I made this calendar up. I'm the only one who invented this, potentially. And then you have the regular Gregorian. But these numbers here, 717, 117, that's the 17th day. 45 date numerology, 45 sums to 117. Charlo versus Castano sums to 171. Brian Castano can become 17-1-1. His name sums to 117 and 45. 45 sums to 117. 171 and 54. 45 sums to 54. 117, 717, 117. The Gregorian religious calendar, the calendar that I completely made up, does have 59 date numerology on it. It is 59 days since Jamel's 31st birthday. The thing about the number 59 is 59 sums to 135. And Jamel can become 351 for a fight record with the win, which is basically just an anagram of 135. 59 sums to 135. It's 59 days since his birthday. He can become 351, which is an anagram of 135. On a day with 59 date numerology on a calendar that I completely made up, which is the 17th day of the first month, 171 or 117, the 17th day. Charlo versus Castano, 171. Brian Castano could become 1711. His name, 117. So, Jamel Charlo sums to 219. 219. Brian Castano was born on the 12th of 9 or 9/12, 12/9. This is his 19th fight where he can end his 2-fight win streak, 192, 291, 912, 129, 219. These are all anagrams of each other. I think that's about it. That is what I'm seeing. For Brian Castano to win this fight, though, he has the 18 here. He can get his 18th win. Technically, it is the 8th day of the 11th month on the Hebrew civil, like 1811. He could become 1801, which has a 181 in it. Anagram of each other. What else? 309. I didn't really see anything with that. 60, 306. They're both 31 years old. I know 351 is the 26th triangular number. 351, 26 triangular. 26 sums to 42. Jamel can get his 4th win in a row as he ends Brian's 2-fight win streak, like 42. I'm seeing a lot kind of favoring Jamel here, and that's kind of the way I'm speaking towards. I'm trying to figure out, see if we can find Jamel Charlo sums to 60. It's 59, our total span of 60 days since his birthday. Also 219, 912, 192. Let's see if 1801 has any number properties. 1801. 1801 is the 279th prime number. I'm not sure if that means anything. 104, 81, 61st prime, 103, the 27th. Let's go back and 1801, 62, 131, 32, 80, all prime numbers here. So maybe it would be the 131, I would imagine, for the 32. 131, the 32nd prime. 57, or total span of 58 days till his 32nd birthday. Maybe it could go for the 1801. He's coming up on his 32nd birthday, so both are 31 years old. Could be 32. I don't know. The 60 that just clicked, I know the number 33. 33 sums to 141 for one. It being the 8th day of the 11th month on the Hebrew civil, the 141st prime number. 33 sums to 141. It also sums to 60. Jamel Charlo sums to 60, it being the 60th day of his age. He could end his 3-fight winning streak as Brian Castano gets his 3rd fight win in a row. 3-3, like 33. 33 sums to 60 and 141. So we'll just highlight this in a cantaloupe color for the Hebrew calendar. The 33, the 141 connection but then it can also go for the 60 and 60 as well. If he gets a second loss, the number 2 sums to 58. And I know I talked about the number 1711 being the 58 triangular, this being in San Antonio, 58. Jamel could get his second loss for his career, number 2, and the number 2 sums to 58. Maybe that's the 58 connection. We'll make that dark blue just to highlight it. Maybe that's the 58 connection, potentially. Alright, though, but this is it. Hopefully, I'll put the 58 here as well. Hopefully this helps out. Hopefully this gives you some insight. I wish you the best luck on your picks. This is what I have for right now. I think Charlo has some pretty good numbers, but that doesn't mean there aren't numbers for Brian Castano. You can definitely find some, as I was showing you. I think Romero has some pretty decent numbers, but you can find some numbers for Austin Dulay as well. Hopefully this helps you with your decodes. Appreciate you watching, appreciate the support, and I wish you the best of luck on your picks. Hopefully you win everything that you pick for the day. Thanks, guys.